Good evening and welcome to the Sports Locker. Some of Gibraltar's top anglers broke a Gibraltarian record at the World Championships that had stood for a decade. A 7th place finish, 3 positions better than the 10th place finish set in 2015. I'm now joined by some of the team members that made that accomplishment happen. Brothers Christian and Trevor Daly, Ayub Ben Amal and Charlie Carreras. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I know you've did a long seasonal program for GVC, but this is the first time you're on the Sports Locker.
Yeah, correct. First time for all of us, I believe, here in the actual set.
Well, we'll start with whoever wants to go first. Maybe Christian, Trevor, one of the brothers. 7th overall, over 21 nations, the best nations in the world.
Yeah. So, yeah, they are obviously you fish against the best people in the whole world, the best fishermen of every country. It's very, very difficult. And for us being such a small population, we should be really, really happy of the achievement we've actually achieved.
Charlie, you're the oldest angler in Gibraltar, representing Gibraltar. I mean, and you did the best. Experience showed you did the best, finished 19th overall. But how have you experienced, I suppose, the development of the competition and of Gibraltar to finish now 7th after so many World Championships that you've been to?
Well, we started fishing. In fact, Gibraltar started fishing international events in 1963. Okay, at that time, obviously, I wasn't into it, but yes, everything has developed. The way we have to get prepare ourselves, the different tackle we need, etc. And every time it's getting, I think, rather more difficult to try and win an award or get a good place in the championships, because these are the top of the top. These anglers, they spend all year in different leagues until they reach the very last one, and that's the one that decides who the teams are going to be for the particular nation. So yes.
Well, you pointed this equipment we have here. We'll get into that in part 2, where you'll explain to me all the intricacies of fishing, which is a very detailed and, you can say, developed sport now. But before we speak about that, let's speak about the competition. Portugal, a country we know very well when it comes to fishing. But even then, we can't be too safe when you do go a couple of weeks beforehand to spend some time there, no?
Yeah, well, what we do is we go with the same tides, try and sort of fit in the same tides, and it obviously gives you an idea of how we would be moving around, how the tide goes up and down, what type of fish with low tide, with high tide, and it's basically gathering experience, really. Although we've been quite a number of times in Portugal, but it's gathering experience. They all normally change beaches as well. Each beach has a different sort of scenario to it, and it's basically information gathering purposes.
Ayub, how beneficial is that for us? Because I imagine other countries like Wales, South Africa don't get to go up 2 weeks before. So how beneficial is it for you as an angler to be able to go before and learn about the tides?
Well, it helps, to be honest, because we get a bit more practice. We are better prepared than other people like from South Africa. They can't come 2 weeks before to go to practice, you know what I mean? Because it's very far. So yeah, we have that extra maybe help as well for us as a team to get that experience a bit as well in the practice.
It's a week-long competition, so I imagine that you're all very close. You spend a lot of time with each other. How important is that for teamwork? Because I imagine that perhaps anyone watching, angling can be quite a solitary sport. But how important is it to be quite close-knit in terms of friendship when it comes to team events?
Well, we have debriefings every day with our manager and our captain. The manager is the one who goes down to where all the organisers start looking at all the daily results and get together any other information, etc. While we go up to our rooms and we get together and we have a debrief with our captain. And after we do that, we start fixing all the tackle we've used. Because once you use a trace, for example, all the hooks we've used, we take them off and we tie new ones. So all that we have to do on every day for 5 days on a trot, because the first day is the official practice. And sometimes they tell you that if the weather is bad, then they might use the result of that for the championship. So it's 5 intense days.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a lot of work. It's not just work that you put in before you get there, but the work continues throughout the week-long event as well. So
Before we get there, we spend like 5, 6, 7 months talking mostly every day, all the team together, and preparing obviously all the rigs, so we are all the time in communication with each other. Mira, I'm doing this like this, how are you going to do this? And all the time, like literally 5, 6, 7 months every day in communication to prepare everything we have.
I can't wait to learn all about it because it is, like we said, very, very delicate. A lot of super gluing, a lot of things to learn about. And if anyone's wondering why the paper's up here, it's because we don't want any of the competition to see any tactics that we've got. I mean, that's how technical it can be.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about the competition itself. Spain, France, Portugal, top 3. No real surprises there, no?
At all. They are the best of the best. It's like they're unbeatable. They've got everything. The long casting, quality in the rigs, the knowledge they have as well. They adapt really well to different circumstances. They are quick to learn how the fishes are eating and what kind of fish. So they're just amazing. They're just one step ahead, to be honest.
Tell us a bit about the fish you catch there and stuff for you. I mean, how dependent is it on the current and the bait? Just tell us a bit about what you're fishing for and how it is you go about fishing it.
Oh, well, basically, it depends what kind of species. If we're looking for maybe like bass, which is robalo, bass or something like that, it depends. We need the water to be maybe more levantado, more movido for better quality fish. But basically, if it's low tide and far away the fish, basically we have to
cast very far.
Yeah, cast very far to look for what's called musharra and those type of species that are small but far away.
And is the anglers that are better at casting closer to shore than they are at casting further out at sea? I mean, do you have your strong points when it comes to that? Or do you prefer, for example, casting further out? Or
really, it's really dependent on what type of fish we are targeting on the day, because we actually look at the weather. We use the tides as well. And it's basically, we have a plan before reaching the beach on the day. And we know what species, what rigs we're going to try and target. So there's a bit of that sort of homework we do prior to going to the World Championship is quite important on the day-to-day basis. So really it depends. Casting out far depends the species we want to target, really. And close as well, it really depends on what we want to sort of target.
Charlie, homework, depending on the weather, do you prefer the old days more?
No. This is far better. To be honest, it was quite simple the old days. In '89 when I started, a rod, a reel. If you've bitten, bit of line here and there, that's it. Now you have to read. You have to know how to read your spot. You go there, you see, I've got the breakers here, there. I've got the samba. I think there's a gully, and that's how you look for fish. All that we've learned thanks to our captain. Our captain is a world champion, and is a Portuguese champion, and he knows how to read the seas, like nobody else.
But shout out to him because he's taking fishing to the next level. I was speaking to your other brother Dylan back in February, I think it was something. He was telling me that it's thanks to him that we've learned so much.
Yeah.
All that is thanks to him.
Yeah.
He knows depending on the venue what we have to do, everything, to the point that when he couldn't come with us on an occasion, when we got to our spot, we used to have a video call with him, and I'm not joking. Through the video call, he used to say, "Get this trace out, to this, to that, to the other." It's great. Yeah, we've learned a lot.
Basically, he's taken us to the next level, really, because we sort of stayed stuck in. We couldn't sort of progress. We needed that little help from someone who obviously is, he's got so much knowledge in him. So he's like taking us to another level, to be honest.
You mentioned he's Portuguese, the next World Championship. The individual rankings were dominated by Spain, France, Italy, but it was a Dutchman that won the overall competition in the end, and a friend of yours.
He's a good friend of ours.
Tell us about him, his fishing style, and I mean, how hard is it to really become world champion?
Well, in his case, I don't know, but he doesn't stop moving. I mean, I fished next to him in Wales, and he doesn't stop moving. He doesn't. He's very, very quick at getting organized and having everything done, so he spends more time fishing than possibly other people because he's very, very quick, extremely quick.
And tell us about, you mentioned quick and how important that is. Tell us about your day-to-day when you get there, you set up. How does it work? I mean, you get to the beach and talk us through competition day.
Okay, competition day, you get to the beach normally around an hour before. You walk into your peg, you start setting up outside your peg, and you're not allowed to go into your peg until it's just exactly an hour before the competition. You start setting up, then you go into your peg, you finalize setting up all your stuff, and then you start communication with your captain. He starts looking at your area to see what you have in front of you, whether you have, as Charlie mentioned before, whether you have a gully, sandbank, or whatever you have in front. And then between yourself and him, our captain, will come up with some sort of a plan, and we'll say, okay, high tide is in an hour's time, so from now, in the first hour, we're going to try and fish far away to target this species, and now on the second hour, we're going to change, and we're going to start looking for close by species, and then we'll more or less prepare a plan to try and stick to that. Obviously, there's always changes. You have to adapt to certain circumstances. If your plan is to target a faraway fish and suddenly that fish is not there, then you have to automatically change and do a different type of fishing close by, or fish near up or down at the bottom, or there's a lot of different types of fish which you can target and different ways of how you can target them.
Ayub, having said that, what are your perfect fishing conditions?
My perfect conditions really is when we have, like I said before, when the sea's moved, like un levante movido, and obviously when the fish is about close, medium range, I tend to fish really well.
What's the biggest fish you caught in the competition? In this competition?
In the competition, in this one, it didn't go too well for me, to be honest. In the clubs one, I did really well. In the nations one, it wasn't too well. But my biggest fish, to be honest, I think it was a garfish. It wasn't big, but it was long.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we have time for in part one. In part two, we're going to finally dig into all this equipment you've brought, which is important, expensive, and difficult to learn. So I'm going to try my best to be the best student here. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll catch you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Sports Talker. We're talking all things fishing with Christian, Trevor, Ayub and Charlie. Guys, thank you so much for a very educational part one on how difficult it is to do shore angling. Now let's do the practical side of the program, let's call it. Maybe you can show me a bit about what you have.
Yeah, this is
just
all
yours.
mine. Each angler has to take all this to the beach, around 2 boxes, a big box with, normally we take 3-4 reels each, 3-4-5 rods each, and there's other equipment as well, and each angler has to take all this. We usually...
And it's color-coded, which is something that was introduced by your new coach.
Our captain, He taught us how to color code, so we know exactly which rig we need to use. When we talk about colors, we know exactly what we need to do, and it's very well organized. Normally, we take around an average of around 340 rigs, which takes us around 5 to 6 months to actually build all this equipment.
Christian, do you enjoy the preparation as much as the fishing?
I prefer fishing, to be honest. The preparation is key, to be honest, to having success at fishing. So,
Claro. So let's say it's low tide.
Yeah.
What would you be picking out of your tackle box then?
Low tide, normally you would start fishing far away, usually either clean hooks to fish at the bottom, very, very far away, because the fish at low tide will normally be very far away. Rigs with floating beads to try and fish at the top surface, looking for garfish and that sort of fish. Obviously, it all depends on what country you go to fish.
Depending what species of fish they have,
Depending on what species you have to look for. In different countries, there's different species of fish. So you have to adapt to what you're actually trying to target.
Charlie, would it come to there being a country where you're not that familiar with the species?
Well, yes, because I mean, we've been to quite a number of these places like South Africa. South Africa was an eye-opener. I mean, not only are the fish bigger, but species I've never caught in my life.
Un tiburón, te sale ahí un great white shark.
We've got... No, you're not... I'm not joking. I'm not joking. There's all species of sharks. You can catch 6, 7, or 8 species of shark, 7 or 8 species of rays, and then you got the guitar, what they call guitar fish, which is really a fish. It's in between a ray and a shark, but it's shark family, and it's full of them. I mean, in 4 hours, that year in 4 hours, a guy from Brazil caught 160, and we're talking about fish that
Wow.
could be between 3 kilos to 7, 8 kilos, 2, 3 at a time.
A workout. That's a real workout.
That's yeah. That's how many fish there is. Full of them. So yes, it depends where you go. And then the opposite is when we go to places like when we went to Sicilia, the fish were small. I mean, we caught more one point fish than sizable fish, because most of them were below 12 centimeters.
Yeah.
So it depends where you go.
Claro.
The thing is the same for everybody, so you still enjoy it.
Yeah. So talk us through this rig, for example. Then you can open it up, because I know everything is bought from a proper shop. For
Yeah,
example, there's a lot of little super gluing pieces. Or you can tell me all about this now. I don't know if the camera's gonna be able to catch.
Yeah, we buy a lot of stuff from local shops,
Yeah.
and obviously a lot of material comes via our supplier. We are sponsored by a fishing make, and we get a lot
Yeah.
of their materials, which for us that's really good.
So these
Helps
little
us a lot.
balls are
These
super glued
are-
together. You super glue all of these balls
Yeah, these are like
individually at home.
these are like micro
For all of
beads
these rigs,
for all
obviously.
of them. They're like glass micro beads, colored ones. So we identify each rig, and basically we need to thread them through the line, put them into a proper tool, and then basically stick them using super glue. It's preferable to use the super glue to sticking when it's poniente, stick easier than when it's
Wow, really?
when levanta. When it's levante, the super glue won't work that well.
Can you show me the most? Yeah.
It's,
Can you show me the rig that'd be most different to that one? Or will they all look pretty much very similar?
More or less, they're all similar.
So what
Basically, the differences are the diameter in the line. You use a thicker diameter line for casting further away. For close by fishing, you use thinner diameter line. And then other differences are the length of the actual
Of the line.
rigs.
Yeah.
And then other differences are the diameter and lengths of the hook lines.
And is this, I mean, what's covered here that we can't give away?
Yeah.
What is behind these papers without obviously giving away too much? What kind of information do you keep here?
Basically, what we keep here is exactly what each color or each rig is, its diameter, its length,
Vale.
and how it's made up. So obviously, we don't want to show that because
Yeah.
other countries can actually identify the rigs we use.
And you're considered
This-
fierce competition, so you
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
give anything
Yeah.
away. Vale. Okay, we can sit back down. We can
Sí.
talk about the rods in a minute. But after trying my best to listen to all that, I mean, how easy? I mean, who joined fishing the latest out of you?
The latest.
I'm the one with the least experience.
How hard was it to learn all this?
Oh, it was stressful, very stressful. Yeah, it was very hard to be honest, but I was very interested. I had to set a goal, so my teammates as well helped me out a lot. So they were like every day on me, Ayub, every day on me. So it got done, and yeah. So basically, I've been now I think 3 years in the beach, and 4 years since I started with the club.
And when you say that, would you say, I suppose, show angling is taking the sport to the next level?
Next
Because there's a
level.
lot of different types of fishing that take place in Gibraltar.
Yeah.
But
the
really, when you
surf
really want to
casting,
get into...
Totally. I think it's the most sort of
dominant.
the most difficult one too, and the most sort of amount of hours you need to sort of spend just before you go to a competition, and especially to a world championship. Charlie does championships, boat fishing and stuff, and I'm pretty sure he can tell us a bit more.
Well, I wanted to ask about your watch, Charlie, your wonderful watch, which was won at a boat fishing competition.
That's right. Yeah. There was a trophy for the over 65, and I came first, and they gave me the watch, a trophy, medal, and a little tackle box, you know.
But you're underselling the watch. The watch you were saying before basically drives the boat for you.
Well, if I had an automatic pilot on my boat, it would. Yeah, it's a marine watch. Yeah, yeah.
And tell us about the experience. You've got a lot of younger people coming into angling now, Charlie. What do you try and relay to them after so many years of experience?
When I start talking about the things you need to do to actually have a chance of doing well at it, they think I'm trying to, bore them, because there's so many things. In fact, people think, fishing. We are governed by rules like WADA. Okay, the people in charge of the competitions and those responsible, they form a committee to make sure everything is right. They come to when you are fishing and check everything. They even measure your hooks, because depending where you are, the size of the hook. For example, if you fish in the Mediterranean, the hook cannot go through a 5mm hole. If you're fishing the Atlantic, 7. And if you're fishing like South Africa, it's about 1.5 centimeters. But they measure their hooks. There's been occasions where nations have been, they've been
disqualified.
Because they've broken the rules.
That's right, yeah. And they can come at any moment and do a test to see, underwater. And people think it's just going fishing, getting a rod, getting your bag. I'm going fishing. No, it's not like that.
Well, you mentioned how some of the new additions to the team, you bore them. And it's because there's a lot to learn, and it's not just about learning about the sport, but also learning about the environment, about the fish, about habitats. And I understand that you guys do help out with the university as well, providing specimen and so on.
Yeah, that, and we also help the Ministry of Environment as well. We do tagging sessions for them as well. And really, it's people might see us as we sort of kill fish, but we don't. We obviously do. But we also try to keep species going, try to keep the spot going, because if we kill everything, it's not going to be possible to fish in the next 30, 40 years. So it's important to actually take care of the environment. And
nowadays we have a lot of catch and release protocols.
In the World Championships, it's catch and
all-
release,
all of them.
unless the
All of
fish
them.
is already dead in the bucket when they come to check. No, essentially.
All the fish in the World Championships are catch and release protocol. They'll only go in the bag if they're totally dead. But all of them, around 90% of the fish, they get measured and they get carefully taken back into the sea. So it's all catch and release protocols. And back here in Gibraltar, we do a lot of competitions, and we do the same. We do practice catch and release. Obviously, we want to maintain the fish stocks as healthy as possible, so we can enjoy our sport for many years to come.
And unfortunately, you were saying before, there's not enough Masters fishermen in Gibraltar anglers to be able to go and compete at the Masters World Championships, no?
Yeah.
If we had 5 at least, over 55, we would, I put my name down for everything, because I love it. There's all sorts of categories of fishing. There's not only that, there's also pairs, there's the clubs, the unions, you name it. There's plenty of competitions to go to in a year.
Day by
Yep.
day.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming along. I've learned a lot about fishing.
Welcome.
Very
Thank you.
interesting, and then best of luck for future competitions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for this week's Sports Talk. I hope you've also learned a lot about fishing, and perhaps it's got you interested in the sport. If you are, get in touch with Vidali brothers, famously known,
Yep.
Charlie, Ayub, and they'll be happy to help along and get you started on this exciting sport. From myself and the team, it's goodbye for now.